Hey people, Indrid here, 3v3, Fortuna Sanctum, blue team. We have a Dark Riku playing a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support. Fighting in melee begins with a refractor shield, can also execute his own men when he needs to, doesn't do it willy-nilly. Alongside ThatBoyCaleb with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. Exodites elite scheme here. Rounding off the blue fellas is Lokyo as a plague champion, starts off with damage over time, bolt gun, can get to melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair under pressure early on by nucka4ya's force commander, a versatile frontline hero with powerful offense and support. Getting some good disruption there, fighting in melee. Alongside Jeff as an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. And rounding off the team, Palaz as a brother captain, a durable hero walking through objects, cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support, fighting in melee. Just took a destructor, or rather his stormtroopers did. Got some strike squad coming towards the contested victory point in the mid. Warlock couldn't quite grab it here. Come Howling Banshees. We Are the Hammer is popped. Starting ability of the brother captain, providing defensive and speed buffs. Also gives him some splash damage on his melee weapon, which is handy fighting a melee squad like this. Banshees got messed up, almost wiped in fact. Maybe need to be a little bit more nuanced when sending them into battle with a brother captain and a strike squad like that. Tomes of Titan is in play. Could get the channeling runes, of course, the Warlock, to support those Howling Banshees in those kind of fights. Up to the northwest corner, Dark Riku's pushed through onto the victory point. Could even touch the power here, could wipe the scouts too. I think they're okay. Tactical Marines now having a go. Lord Commissar running interference, while his troops bash power, double guardsman and a sentinel. Brother captain still pushing through the mid. There's We Are the Hammer again. Was only affecting him though. I guess these guys are too far away that time. And these guys can now back up and maybe cap this wreck point here. It's slightly natural for the blue team, but it's kind of central. On the eastern side, it's Chaos versus Space Marines, isn't it? Plague Champions getting some damage over time, bolt gun action in on the double tax here that nucka4ya has. CSM should be using cover, although the sniper rifle will always have perfect accuracy, I believe, even if you're in cover. They aim it. They aim it good with the scope and stuffs. What's this here? Force Commander's going to grab the VP, is he? No, he's going to try and hit the power with his chainsword. Maybe he should have done that the other way around, but I guess he wants to get the quick decap on the tax. Meanwhile, western side, Howling Banshees with aspect of fleetness. Now to the jump over cover, nice and quick these days, of course, in 210. Assault squad jumping in though, disruptive jump troops that fight in melee. We've got Purgation squad here too with an incinerator. Eldar backing up a bit. Shuriken's in play, gets jumped. No Howling Banshees here to counter-initiate, but there is a Sentinel. And there's the stomp, nicely timed by Dark Riku. Warlock in play as well, getting the Merciless Witchblade. Bad news for those Assault Marines. Resisting drains energy, does a big chunk of damage per hit too. And with that disruption on a ranged attack, of course. Always been an awesome piece of war gear, the Merciless Witchblade. Raptors on the field here for Lokyo. CSM will try and take this contested wreck point as well. Central VP is still red. And here's the Ordo Malleus to make it stay that way. Strike squad a little bit lagging behind here. Stormtroopers have their sergeant. So the impact grenade could be another thing to mess with the Banshees. Impact grenade into Incinerator to suppress them. Here we see the Warlock trying to disrupt those Purgation fellas so they can't fire. It's getting a bit close though. Getting very close. He tried to get in there first so the Banshees could follow, but he took a bunch of damage doing that. And the Guardians weren't in a great place for it too. Should have just waited for the Guardians to join, I think. Was eager to get in there. These fellas do have their grenade. But they might all be chased off. The Shuriken's back in play though. On the west side, Sentinel getting some shots. Looks like we have Purification Vials. We do indeed. And there's that customized Stormbolter to shut down the Lord Commissar's pushes with full auto. Look how much damage those Assault Marines took. They got away alright. No sign of Catachan Devils from Dark Riku though. Looks like he's trying to just go tier 2 here. May change his mind, of course. There's some repairs for the Sentinels. Sentinels can decap points, but they can't cap them, which is why the Commissar's taken over here. Not facing the correct direction. He could be getting some pistol shots maybe, although might be a bit too far away anyway. Howling Banshees war shouting, and they're getting bludgeoned. Looks like they're going to make it out. Just saw energy burst there on those Guardians. Warlock's found the Purgation, gets rid of them. Also has the Champion's Robe. I think channeling runes would have been a good investment early on. Help the Banshees out. They've been getting kind of wrecked in the fights. Got a bit of XP though, and they've made it out of the fights. That's the important thing. And it might have delayed the Warlock getting the Merciless Switchblade. He's got a Champion's Robe, so he can brawl a lot better with the shield up and stuff as well. There's definite value in that. And when he does have channeling runes, you need to stay still to channel the heal. So the Warlock isn't really fighting. Although I think he can still attack in range, can't he? Could still be knocking stuff back. Look at nucka4ya, double tax and double sniper scouts. Get some good hits there on the Raptors. They will now jump them and is going to suppress them both. You need to try and keep them separated if possible. Can be difficult though, because it's the same type of unit. So you generally want them in the same type of place, attacking the same type of target, especially when they're delivering burst damage like that. Plague Champion has a Plague Sword and Fetid Armor. It's gone melee mode. Raptors going off the tax. Can push through now. These guys have Eternal War, and they're going to take the contested points again. I'm not sure if Lokyo's been able to push onto the power here. I don't think so. Mid is blue. Well played, ThatBoyCaleb. Got the Shuriken as well. The brother captain just going to face tank the Shuriken maybe. With We Are the Hammer, try to come in from a slightly different angle. They could also get the Stormtroopers in from an angle and disrupt it with the impact grenade, I suppose. Howling Banshees hanging back. On the west side, Apothecary's down. I think he overextended to try and chuck that grenade in there. Or the vial, I guess. Yeah, Assault Squad getting dealt with. There must be the power sword in. Yeah, we can see those lead by example specials going off. Such a nice weapon. Gets a kill. Can he get another one? Don't think he can get close enough to trigger another melee attack there. Gets in on the scouts though. Also has Carapace armor. Good generalist armor for this guy. More health regen. And Inspire Courage buffs him. As well as a cooldown reduction. And reduces energy cost a bit. There's a lot of stuff here, that piece of war gear. Snipers are good at bursting down the Sentinel with some tactical marine support. And of course the customized Stormbolters there. Oh, he's back. Apothecary's back to his feet. I guess he just repurchased. In the mid. All kicking off. Got a Shuriken. We've got Howling Banshees dying. I think they're going to wipe. They do indeed wipe. Warlock may also go down. Vindicare Assassin on the field in tier 2 for Palas. Getting jumped by Raptors. Warlock did go down. Meanwhile, over towards the east a bit. Heretics in a bad spot. But I think they'll be alright. Raptors coming in to help. And that Plague Sword doing some good stuff for the Plague Champion. Ignoring melee resistance, which is a 40% damage reduction to melee. Which a lot of units have. Like most Marines have it. And Fetid Armor to suppress things. Can he fight this Force Commander? He's got a zombie tactical marine over there too. And now, Icon of Nurgle. And this does piercing damage. You don't often see it against power armor factions because they have a lot of, power armor to shrug off piercing damage a bit. Even regular heavy infantry armor does add some little bit of resistance to piercing damage. But we'll see how it does. It's going to be some damage. 358 to 426 on the VPs. Dark Riku gets a decap with some Sentinel support. And we have some plasma guns in play for the double guardsman. Where's the Commissar? He's busy fighting mid. Just revived the Warlock, it looks like. Throws his shield up again. And Banshees. Oh, we got some new Howling Banshees. Not expecting that. War Shout to suppress. They will be starting at level 1, of course. Can make it difficult for melee squads, especially tier 1 melee squads, to come out fresh in tier 2 when they don't have any levels and stuff, obviously. Assault Squad pretty close to dropping a mod on, and Banshees were coming in looking for the kill. Librarian in play now for Jeff. Harassed by the Warlock, draining his energy. Warlock needs to be careful though. Okay, he's retreating. I think he's alright. There's that brother captain. He's back at base. Level 2, no war gear over here. Southeast corner, natural for the blue team. Getting decapped, and we have a Power Fist Force Commander. Artificer armors up into Sacred Standard as well to buff surrounding allies. Chaos Dreadnought though for Lokyo. So he can shut it down with this and smack on it a bit, but I'm not sure if that's enough to deal with the Dreadnought alone when there's going to be other stuff pressuring the Force Commander at the same time. But I think he's the prime target here. I think he should target the Force Commander massively. Get him off the field because he's doing a lot of stuff, although Sacred Standard means more of a buff when he goes down. I think it's still worth taking him out because that Power Fist is a big problem. Even if he's not attacking vehicles with it, it's going to shred through any infantry. Smack it pretty good. Level 3 or tier 3s for Riku and Palaz. So maybe we'll see some Paladins. And we may see some Dark Reapers from Caleb because it's a bunch of power armor factions, of course, on the red team. Autark is on the field. Gets her spear in for some power melee. And her shield's coming in too. 15 power for the shield. We're investing quite a lot in that. There's some target acquired stuff. Warlock leading the line here. And the Autark with a well-timed jump. Boosting the speed and weapon damage of these guys also gives a small heal. That was a good little push, eh? Palaz didn't really have an answer to that. And that jump disrupts, I'm pretty sure. So he could leap in with the Warlock. And then disrupt again with the Autark jump. And then feed the Banshees in there. Plague Champion taking some damage. He's on level 1 still. Can be difficult to level up against Space Marines and stuff. And it's difficult to kill their Marines. And now he needs to run, I think. Although Force Commander's caught him. Crack, down goes the Plague Champion. 358 to 318 on the VPs. I wish the Plague Champion had a war gear that gave him some kind of death explosion. Maybe the Icon of Nurgle should do that. 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. We have Devastators on the way for Jeff. Palaz. 100 power. He may just be waiting for the red to call in Paladins. The Dreadnought took a bit of damage, eh? Looks like it's alright and heading back to base though. Big fight here. Not sure what the Guardians are up to. Bit of a misclick maybe. Banshees are okay. So is the Autark. And, oh. Shuriken doesn't want to shoot the brother captain. Should have just stayed where it was, I think. Not sure he would have been able to face tank it. 358 to 269 double cap for the blue team. Riku's in tier 3. It's Vortimer Razorback for Palaz. Got slightly nerfed in terms of speed, and its Psy Cannon now does less area damage, I think. So it's not quite as good at getting through infantry. Down goes the Chimera. Missile launcher shot from the Tactical Marines there. Oh, and we have combat stims. They had combat stims on them, as you can see. That yellow buff circle. Although it only seems to be on 2 of the models, which is weird.
Captured for you and the Emperor.
Lord Commissar gets a cap. Level 2. Backs away from the Space Marines now. What's going on in the mid? It's the Warlock. Trying to cap with Champion's Roebuck. We've got some Conversion Beamer action. Dreadnought still around though. Vortimer's on the field now too. That could maybe chase the Dreadnought down once they get it low. Vindicare getting chased. He can also damage vehicles with his special ammo type. There's the Vortimer. Autark needs to be careful. Still going after that Vindicare assassin. Banshees and the Warlock now come in to support. War shouting and all that good stuff. Still level 1 Banshees, of course. They were a bit new. Warlock still level 1 also. Autark cuts it very, very close. And she goes down. Overextended there. Kept her in play a little bit too long. Did Caleb. Goes tier 3 though. Dark Riku with a Lumen Russ on the way. What's the Dreadnought up to? Needs some repairs here, bud. Plague Champion can repair. Looks like the Heretics are going to do it though, while the Plague Champion tries to cap stuff. We've got some Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines. Kicking off again in the mid, is it? No, the Warlock and his army running off. Librarian with a 4 staff can use that to great effect with area denial and stuff. Knocking stuff off caps, all that good things. Still no accessory for the Lord Commissar, eh? Neiman Russ is coming in though. 358 to 198. Sentinel with a good stomp. Sentinel taking big shots though. Not sure if he's going to get away from this. Because there's sniper and missile launcher stuff. Oh, we should have moved those. Oh, the sniper gets it maybe? Librarian gets it. I was going to say he should have kept those tacks moving. So that they were closing the distance between shots there. But the Sentinel's down. Neiman Russ is getting the Vanquisher. Specialized against enemy large targets and vehicles and stuff. Devastators flee. We do have Dark Creepers coming in for ThatBoyCaleb. We'll see how they do. Seemed quite vicious in the previous game I casted. Dreadnought still around. With that auto cannon. We do have a level 2 Plague Champion, level 2 Warlock, level 2 Commissar. So they are getting some levels. Level 3 Apothecary, level 3 Brother Captain, level 3 Force Commander. Still no war gear for this guy. Force Commander. Oh, he's gone Chainsword and Storm Shield. Not expecting that, replacing the Power Fist. Wonder if that's in direct response to Dark Creepers. He hasn't seen them yet, but maybe he was expecting them. 356 to 179 on the VPs. Banshees getting through again. Been used quite well, these new Banshees. Not that the old ones were used poorly, but they were just caught out of position, I guess. Dark Riku with a heavy weapon squad drops in a bunker too. Can upgrade this as a medical bunker or a repair bunker. Not sure what these fellas are up to. Taking huge amounts of damage is what they're up to. Assault squad just kind of aimlessly running towards the enemy. Dark Creepers are there to deliver some DPS. With plasma DPS these days, of course, limited to 1, these guys. You can easily outshoot his attacks. I think there's the missile barrage, which now suppresses. And there's some plasma guns as well. Those attacks got kind of wrecked. Purification vials. I think the tank blocked the worst of it, but these guys run anyway. Dark Creepers now getting aspect of the Reaper. I think this is what gives them the Death's Grasp ability. I think that's what they get it from. 356 149, 2 to 1 for blue. Red team got their tier 3s, have they? Oh, don't. nucka4ya still in tier 2. Getting some devs. Dark Creepers focus it down the Librarian. This is a medical bunker then. So these Dark Creepers can heal a bit off it and reinforce off it. Even get inside of it, I guess. Strike squad trying to close the distance. Couldn't quite do anything useful. Is the bunker going to go down? What's shooting it? Oh, the conversion beamer takes it down. 356 to 148. Luckily for Riku, was able to get these heavy weapon squads fellas out because they would have died instantly. Any unit inside of a garrison instantly perishes when it collapses, no matter how tough it is. Vanguard veterans up now for Jeff, and more stormtroopers for Palace, repair support maybe, and stuff like that in it. Do you guys have plasma guns? No. Acolyte on the way. Dark Creepers are heavy infantry. And we do see double plasmas for nucka4ya. There'll be a prime target for the Vanguard veterans to jump onto. Kicking off in the mid. Don't think I've seen the force barrier used yet. Kind of using his ranged attack here, which is pretty good. 35 piercing DPS, as you can see. Missile launcher shots going in on the Neiman Russ, but it's a tough tank. 1200 hit points at level 1. Trying to get that Vortimer down. Bright Lance also getting shots in. Vortimer survives for now. There is a conversion beamer on and a Vindicator on the other side, so the Neiman Russ can't be too hasty. Paladins are called in by Palas. Nemesis Demon Hammers with heavy melee damage. Big chunk of hit points, unique to the Brother Captain. And now some Terminators for Jeff. Oh, nucka4ya's got Assault Terminators somewhere. Here they are. Chasing down the Dreadnought. These guys unique to the Force Commander. Just crunching it with their shields at the moment. Looks like 40 Emperor's been thrown on them from the Force Commander's global bar to try and get this kill. 25% more damage for that. Librarian should just stay away from this, because he might be messing with their pathing bit. There we go. Dreadnought down. Lokyo is in tier 3. These Marco Zinc CSM will do good damage to the Terminators there. 25% bonus, I believe they get. No, it's a 25% bonus against heavy infantry. They do full damage against the Terminators, which is still good to have. Teleporting out, 351 to 145. And we got some Chaos Terminators now. Are we going to see Claws, I wonder? We got some Seer Council coming in for Caleb. And a Manticore for Dark Riku. Big blob of Marines on the west side with their Terminator support. They have the Cyclone Missile Launcher up. It's a bunch of Plasma. Plasma with huge bonuses against super heavy infantry armor and heavy infantry. 50% bonus, I think. Dark Creepers got to plant their feet and shoot something. Oh, they got too close to the Vanguard Veterans. That might have been an old order they were given. Here come the Banshees. They can war shout. Dark Creepers can now create some space, but here comes some more red team stuff. The Ordo Malleus bringing their Paladins in, and the Brother Captain has a Nemesis Demon Hammer. That's going to be very useful against the Banshees and the Seer Council. What was that? Oh, was that the Reaper Barrage? Knocks you down and suppresses you. That's pretty good. Tried to use Demolishing Strike to finish off the Banshees. That didn't quite work out. But it was a nice idea. Librarian, oh, he turned the wrong way to do his horse barrier there. That was weird. I think we're trying to knock down these guys. Some power bashing now. Can they get rid of these Paladins? They're very far forward. And they've got a bunch of plasma and stuff here. There's a missile barrage knocking them down a bit. 284 to 145. The Seer Council have kept their power melee Witchblades for now, which I think is a decent shout. Only vehicle on the enemy team is a Vortimer. Power melee will give them more bonuses versus Paladins and stuff, who are marching away. Here comes some backup for these Terminators now. Okay, the Chaos Terminators did not get claws. They went for the Reaper autocannon. Warlock goes down. There's a jump right into the Howling Banshees. We'll see how they can deal with it. There's the Merciless Strike. A decent hit. They have to run. Might be worth waiting for the Banshees and the Seer Council to close and then kind of jump over them into the back lines. I don't think they should be trying to fight both of these guys, the Vanguard Veterans. This is going to be a tough spot for these Terminators. Do they have their teleport? Doesn't seem like they have their teleport available. The Seer Council providing a 15% range damage resistance aura. That blue aura you see around those units there. Pretty good. 242 to 145. Making a run at the Lehman Russ now is nucka4ya. More Devastators coming in for Jeff. Where's that Manticore? Have we seen it strike? Doesn't have any XP. Was that it? Oh, that was maybe Emperor's Wrath. Off-map artillery. Okay, Assault Terminators leave when the Seer Council shows up. These Terminators got messed up. Maybe it was better to get the Executioner Lehman Russ. It is shorter range though, so a little bit risky against Assault Terminators and stuff. Maybe you can get another Lehman Russ up. Although, you might be saving for a super heavy tank here. Dark Riku, maybe a Storm Lord. Heretics capping the eastern contested power. Librarian's going to come and smite them. Mid is red. Vortimer's level 2. Vindicare level 2. Almost level 3. Brother Captain's level 5. And here comes the Mantle of Terror for battle rights and stuff. Who's down over here? Oh, it's the Warlock. Body being guarded for an ambush. Snipers to get some forward vision, but now they need to run. There's the battle rights coming in. Healing these guys up a bit. 190 to 145. VP's quite even. Keeping lots of forward pressure on this side is Jeff. It means that Dark Riku can't get to the mid very easily. It's working out okay so far for the red team. They need to make up some more VPs though. Dark Riku with a Bane Blade is gone for on the way now. And a Land Raider Redeemer for nucka4ya. They got onto the mid. Halo's just going to back off here. sense the 2 players coming in. Well, he calls 3, look. Dark Reaper's still way back here, though. Okay, now they're going to meet. Halas stayed in play. Raptors with the jump. Vanguard veterans get absolutely wrecked before they even make it in there. Dark Reaper's doing their job. Now they need to select a good target again. Eldritch Storm goes in. Dark Reapers are now shooting some tacks top of your screen. Oh, they dropped a model though. Double plasmas in there is bad news for them because they're heavy infantry themselves. Yeah, they're getting outshot by the double tacks, I think. Terminators now ripping with their guns. Guardians dying so quick. Dark Reapers leave. Terminators did quite a lot of damage coming in, but they still got 3 models. Banshees retreating. Seer Council retreating. I guess they were chasing some stuff through there. Looks like there's Mind Blades on those Paladins. Global buff from the Brother Captain. It's worn off now. There's that Bane Blade. Mid stays red for now. Did they just grab it back, or was it always red? I know the blue team started to decap it at some point. Okay, Land Raider Redeemer is up. Coming out of base now. Probably going to go straight to the mid here. Usually you want your Land Raider on contested VP. Baneblade needs to contest with Cyclone Missile Launcher. What else does it need to contest with? Vanguard. Oh, they have their fist. So there's that. Vindicator as well. Some Devastators are up as well. Raptors jumping in. Getting some good suppression going in the back lines, but there's Paladins and Terminators there. Who do they choose? Oh, wait. Why were these guys so close? Not sure why those Chaos Space Marines came so close there. Plague Champion can't hang out in the mid. You have a bunker. Looks like it's a repair bunker. Painblade doing a little spinneroonie. Demolisher Cannon. Good hit on those Paladins. That was a decent chunk there. This is the Vindicator using Turbo Penetrator to shoot vehicles. Now the Dark Reapers come in, but they're a bit isolated. And the red team grab the mid back. Assault Terminators onto the Baneblade. Is there a minimum range on the battle cannon? Maybe there is. Would make sense, I guess. Is that enhance? That is enhance on the Seer Council, boosting speed and damage, helping them rip through the health of the Assault Terminators. They took one down, but now they're in range of the Land Raider. They can reinforce off it and all that good stuff. Lord Commissar's found the Las Cannon. Vanguard Veterans down here, though. Get rid of some Guardsmen. They survived. Level 3 now. Might be worth getting Commissars for these guys, because it means they can break retreat and then come back to repair kind of thing. If they survive, that is. Okay, they're surviving. 136 to 145, a Nurgle Shrine and a Mark of Pawn tank is what we're going to see. Mid is uncapped here, 1-to-1 on the VPs. Very close. Vanguard Veterans white. Stayed in there too long. Lord Commissar goes down. Warlock also down, by the way. He's in a rough spot to revive as well, that fella. Might be worth the Plague Champion marching over to the west side to get that revive going. The moment he's busy helping to repair. What happened to Jeff? Oh, he just realised his Vanguard had gone down. Lots of damage poured into the mid. Some tacks just wiped. Those were nucka4ya's high-level tacks with the plasma gun. Assault Terminators barely made it out. That is crazy. They need to... Yeah, I think they're going to go back to base so they get percentage-based healing. Force Commander trying to get things done in terms of capping. Can he do it? There's that Mark of Pawn tank now. More speed, more damage. That repair bunker is doing some great work. Can the Plague Champion get a revive now, maybe? No, I think he wants to go fight. He's going to go fight. Plasma gun trying to get shots. Viola was chucked in. And the Guardians ran. No, the Plague Champion ran as well. Yeah, I'm not sure he'd be able to get the revive there. It's a bit too close to stuffs. Red team have the mid. Conversion beaming getting some really good shots on the Baneblade, look. more damage the further away it is. Vindicator's been great too. Level 6 Brother Captain, level 6 Apothecary, big heals. Level 5 Force Commander, almost level 6. Avatar of Cain on the way. And he's got a nuke, he says. Well, almost. On the way, I guess. All three of them can drop nukes soon or now. There's the battle rights again. It's not a huge heal. There's kind of a bonus because the armor gives you a bunch more stuff as well. Bit of everything, really. Uh-oh. Orbital time. And these guys aren't retreating, look. They may wipe. That was a very, very good orbital. Took out the bunker as well. Took out one of the guardsmen. Somehow the other fellas survived, and red team are pushing off it. Where's that Seer Council? They're in there. They are in there. Shrugging off a plasma cannon shot. That was alright. Yeah, the Avatar also provides area of effect buff, so they got loads of them going now. The Seer Council and the Avatar. They could drop an Ortuck in as well. They'd be laughing. Force Commander with that Chainsaw and Storm Shield runs away. Able to get a decap over here. Double now for the red team. Have the blue team lost too much to claw their way back? Dark Riku gets some more guardsmen. Lost the other one. Plague Champion now with the fist. Going to help get some caps. Also has Armor of Pestilence. Expensive upgrades. I think they're both 50 power, aren't they? The armor maybe... I don't know, the armor's 35, I think. Still expensive. And the blue team get some good nukes. May try to put the Eldritch onto the Land Raider. And all retreat back to the Land Raider, of course. There's another orbital. Good hit on the Dark Creepers. Meanwhile, left side of your screen, Manticore Strike going in. A big melee blob fight here. Wailing Doom from the Avatar. Tankers pushed up to support. Banshee's off the field though. Seer Council going to be off the field soon. Yes, there they go. Plague Champion on the cap. Avatar needs to be very careful. Eldritch Storm and a Rocket Run. Big damage to the Land Raider, but can they finish it? Avatar needs to leave. I think he's gone too far. I'm not sure if he's going to get away. That's going to get a shot. No, he's going to be done. Down he goes. Explodes on death a bit, which knocks stuff away. Blue team have the mid though, thanks to that Plague Champion. Down to 25 VPs though. Red team back on the cap. Can they stop it? Well, there's a nuke. Imperial Abyss from Lokyo. I mean, huge amounts of damage. It's going to wipe the Terminators. It wipes out Jeff's Terminators. He may just drop more in now. Oh, he doesn't quite have the red for it. He needs 350. What is this on the VP here? It's some Strike Squad fellas. Level 3 Strike Squad looking after it. Force Commander on the cap now. Demolisher. Oh, doesn't knock him off because he used Battle Cry, I guess. Taking huge amounts of damage though. Got the decap. Plague Champion went down. Terminator Librarian on the field for Pallas. That can help stop some caps as well. With Sanctuary. Look at this big blob of stuff here. They've used all their nukes though. Well, there's a good couple of nukes. They just don't have anything left to follow up the Land Raider. Yep, Jeff got some more Terminators and they are trying to cap. Single now for red. They've stolen this. Look, scouts on it. Nothing's responding, I don't think. Terminator's almost wiped again. Double cap though for red. I think this is going to be it. Yep, GG. And there it is. Lokyo only now, I think, realizing that this was decapped. And rather capped, in fact. Awesome stuff. Dark Riku had a level 6 Lord Commissar. Emperor's Wrath was in there. Carapace armor. Some power sword action. Maybe if he had the fist. The fist of Brockus. No, it doesn't affect allies, does it? I was going to say. He could have helped the Eldar out. Because Caleb struggled a little bit to get this little melee blob kind of going. Just got shut down quite a lot. Still got level 2 Seer Council. Level 4 Banshees. Dark Creepers doing some great work. Level 3. Level 4 Plague Champion here. Apothecary level 7. Level 7 Brother Captain. Oh, Nemesis Warding Staff at the end. And the Force Commander level 6. helping out with the Chainsword and Storm Shield. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see ya next time.